22nd of May and it's snowing.
You're John. I'm Dave.
It's a nice and sunny day.
Muhammad Ali.
He's got a heart made of yellow barley straw.
You have to present your calf to the judge to the best of your ability. You also have to present yourself to the best of your ability. But first and foremost is presenting your calf the best you can. So these calves are going to come out groomed right to the nines, and you'll see a bunch of good little showmen coming out. Lots of these kids have competed at Agribition already, and they're on their way up. A lot of people will be able to use a good showman like this in the purebred industry.
The grand champion steer goes to Matthew Portos from the strap.
Like the motto says, learn to do by doing. Head, heart, health, and hands. There's the showing part of it, which you show your animal. The grooming part, which you put the hair into place, and you use the hair to correct the bad things. So if there's a weak spot in the animal, you use the hair as your corrective cleansiness. It's kind of part of grooming. Then the heifer is just basically what the judge is looking for that day, whether it be length, bone, depth, volume. It's kind of the judge's opinion, and every judge has a different opinion. And this show, you might do well, the next one you might not do real good. The fed calves, they're basically judged on what they'd look like tomorrow if they were hanging on a hook as a finished product. This is kind of their last day. After today, they'll go on to a rail and go onto somebody's plate. In the end is where they end up. It's a lot of work. Like there's a lot, not just a day like today, but also what they do at home as far as training them to lead, clipping them, looking after their hair, and it's kind of like anything else. It's the more that's put into it, the more they get out of it, and they put a lot into it, and it's kind of a big day for them. They got to be fed every day. They got to be watered every day. You got to look after them. It's like having a cat or a dog. You have to look after it. And that's a big responsibility. Like if you don't do your work at home, well, you aren't going to come here today, basically. And there's a lot of time put into it.
Shake it up and spray it in a big mist. Just like on mist in the garden hose. Okay, that's good. Now hold it down, hold it down. Good. Get more. Hold it down. There, good job. That's good. On the side? Yep, other side. Well, we just put the Revive in the body because it makes it like bigger, make it look like they have more meat. And it's like conditioner, it'll poof her hair up now. And yeah, that's mostly what it's for. She'll comb it through now. And then when we're done, we'll use this Final Bloom to make her shiny. Other way, Lexi. And you comb her forward because it makes her look bigger. That's about all we're doing with this calf.
They're what we call peewees, so they're not even really quite in 4-H yet, but they let them start with grooming and stuff just with calves so that they can start earlier, so they don't kind of get onto everything without getting hurt. With calves, it's a lot easier for them, so when they groom them, they just got to take all the straw that they can get off. And beforehand, they probably all went and washed them all, and they always comb the hair forward so it makes the animal look more presentable, and it helps just the overall appearance. So what they're doing now is they're just getting them ready to go into the ring so they can show them.
So these are going to be your next junior members. And
Well, the head gate is so if he like bites this, it'll come undone, and then he could get away. So now he can't get away even though the halter's undone. He's stuck in there. And head gates, so I can let his head down if I need to. Just mostly for safety, so he can't swing his head back and forth and hit me. And he's a Black Angus cross, and he weighs 1,320 pounds.
What do you weigh?
92.
Big difference.
Yeah.
How do you control him?
Well, he's usually pretty good. He's really lazy. They have a nerve under here that when you pull, it makes him walk. And yeah, so it's really, I just sort of pull him along and he comes with me. And he's really quiet.
Does he have a name?
Yeah, Gushu, after the Canadian curler.
And what's your name?
He's a year and his birthday is April 9th. His birthday's April 9th. And yeah, and I'm selling them this afternoon. Well, you have to like work with them to get them quiet. Like, I have to be able to go up to them and comb them, and I have to be able to reach down to his feet. And yeah, all that kind of stuff. So I can just so he's really quiet and he won't kick anyone or hurt anyone while he's here. It's a mixture of corn and oats and good stuff for cows. Makes them big like this. Yeah. I've been doing this for 6 years now. Since I was I'm 13. Yeah, they've all looked like this. They've all been Black Angus. Most of them purebred, but this guy's crossed. And my first 2 years, I just had heifers, which are girls. And from then on till now, I've had a heifer and a steer, and usually a cow-calf too. But my cow-calf died, so my calf was born premature, and it was only like 40 pounds. And we were taking care of it in the bathtub, but then when we let it go, the mom laid on it, so it didn't live. Yeah, that's okay. My cow's still alive, though.
That's good. Does she have a name?
My cow? Valentine, because she was born on Valentine's Day.
Champion Christopher Cattle, first place. Second, Cody Bowman.
It's been 90 years now that 4-H has been in the making, and so we have 2 grandchildren in it now. They start in about October up until now, and Ryan will sell his steer today, and hopefully they get a good price for it. So yeah, he's been in public speaking and the public 4-H speaking, and he has taken the provincial championship. So yes.
He's showing a Red Angus heifer, which actually he was second in his class, and I believe, if I'm correct, the heifer that beat him went on to be Supreme Champion. He's going into the market steer with a black steer. Home-raised calves, they come from the farm. He picked them all last fall, and those are the ones he worked with, and he likes his heifer quite well. They're kind of their friends now. I think even when he has to part with the steer today, he's going to be pretty hard. You work with the animals so much, and you create such a bond with them. When the bond has to be broke, it can be a hard thing. Like Matthew, my son, this is his first year, but even the 10th year, that bond is still hard at the end when you got to break it. And you talk to any old 4-H member, and they'll all tell you the same. Right now, everybody's on kind of a high, and they're busy and they're working, but at the end of the day, usually you find quite a few sad faces. But and if they get over it, next year the thing is a few months, and next year they come back and do the same thing again, thinking, well, maybe it'll be whatever different, but the same thing will happen next year. It just keeps happening. Yeah. But it's a good program.
I like to see the kids interested in it and nice cattle. So.
Good, excellent. Kids done very good.
Good morning.
Hundreds of years ago, like each little region of countries in Europe would be raising their own type of cattle that was suited to their environment, and people didn't travel so much in those days, so that was the way breeds were developed way back then. Some animals were developed for up in the hill countries of Scotland and England, and some for the lowlands. Different breeds evolved out of that. Same within France or up in the Alps in Switzerland. What the people needed them for and how they fit into the environment. Well, the Herefords originally come from Herefordshire. The Angus come from Scotland. Charolais are from France. Simmental are from Switzerland. Those countries in there, like, they have little pockets of cattle and of other species of animals that they raise that were suited to their environment. The black Angus is hundreds of years old, and the red Angus is a recessive gene, so it was a mutant from the blacks, so then they made a breed of it. These cattle will be separated for the 4-H year, and some of these heifers, some of them will come back as 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, and they may even spend all their time around the corral being fed a show ration, or being very well fed and prepared for the show ring. So they're babied a little more than the average cow out in the pasture. But their purpose is they will be out in the pasture eventually.
I'm Ann Davis, and you're in my living room today. Well, I belong to the Calf Club, and I belong to the Pig Club and the Grain Club. Oh, it's wonderful. I was the first girl to be president of the 4-H. Till then, the boys were always the president. That's it for this time. We'll see you later.
The thing is the 4-H program just don't consist of showing animals. They compete in curling, in 4-H curling. They have curling playdown in Bonspiel, and that's 4-H clubs from all over. They do a public speaking, and the best from like this group will go on to what they call a provincial public speaking, and it's to meet people, and it's also to have fun. It's not meant to be just work. It have some fun too, and hopefully they're all back next year, and hopefully a few more come with them. And the thing is, like I told them, I said, now you got a year in it, you can help them along. I know the parents and the rest of the members in this club, like they'll go a step above and beyond to give you a hand and help you and keep you interested. See you later.
The deer. When the deer, startled to see me on the road, clatters away, I think with wonder at how the animal could be so right and so wrong at the same time. Right to be wary of any man, of course, but how wrong to fear me, the gentlest of men, who would never harm a deer, although I am conscious that my shoes are made of leather. In the time it takes me to think all this, the deer has vanished into brush.
Home, home on the range. You guys started.
We need Patty. We need Patty for that.
I'm a swimmer. Seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Hi, I'm John. And I'm Dave. We're the Hardware Guys. Captain Blood with Errol Flynn was a huge movie for me. And so I've never wanted to be a cowboy, but I was a pirate.
John, how about you?
When I was a kid, I just wanted to grow up to be a salesman. You know, I aspired to sell something. I remember when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I'd be in the store, and yeah, my dreams come true.
Bye!
I'm Shane Stuke, and these are my chickens. And that's it from the chickens for today.
The rural municipality of Tullymet.
It's a small area of governance that essentially looks after roads. And it's the municipal government for this farming community in Tullymit. A system that works very well. Each rural municipality has several RM councillors and a reeve, who is the equivalent of a mayor in a municipal or a urban municipality, and those folks, and usually an RM will have one employee, or and then several employees, I guess, one or two in the office, and which is usually in the closest town to the RM, and one or two people who work in the field, grader operator, and sometimes a helper, and sometimes some temporary summer help, and so on. And they look after the roads and all the interests of the municipality, small government. Many people think it's an inefficient system because there are over 100 rural municipalities in Saskatchewan, but they work fine. And it seems to me it doesn't matter if there are hundreds of rural municipalities and thousands of RM councillors, because they do a very nice job.
It's a nice morning. Not too hot yet, but here the weather's going to change this weekend for the worse. It's cool now, but maybe by tonight it might get pretty cool, like down to about 0. I hope not, but